Ah, my dear ones, listen closely to the words of an old sage who has walked many years and seen life in its fullness. Today, I will share with you profound truths about infidelity and marriage, as taught to me by the wisdom accumulated over 90 years of life. Imagine, if you will, an ancient book filled with stories and lessons that have passed through generations. Each page is a reminder of the joys and challenges that love can bring. Throughout my long journey, I have witnessed how infidelity can be like a creeping shadow, threatening to obscure the light of true love. I have also seen how fidelity is the foundation that supports and strengthens marriage, like a sturdy tree that withstands the storms. At this moment, I invite you to delve into these deep and enduring truths. Let us explore together how infidelity can destabilize even the most solid relationship, and how fidelity must be cultivated with the dedication of a gardener tending to their flowers. Prepare to hear stories and wisdom that will illuminate the path, revealing the secrets to preserving the value and beauty of marriage. May these words guide and inspire you, like a gentle light in a dark night. Before we begin, just check if you're subscribed to the channel so you can receive more content like this. Let's talk about fidelity as the foundation of marriage. Fidelity is like the foundation of an ancient and majestic building. Imagine a grand stone house, built with care and dedication. Without a strong and solid foundation, no matter how beautiful and elaborate the structure, it will eventually crumble over time. So it is with marriage. Fidelity is the solid base upon which a lasting bond is built. It is what unites two hearts, creating a deep and unbreakable connection of trust and love. Without this fidelity, marriage becomes like a structure without a foundation, vulnerable to the storms and challenges that time inevitably brings. Fidelity is not just a promise but a daily commitment, a constant practice of truth and loyalty. It is the act of being present for one another, even when the winds of life blow strong and the tides become turbulent. It is the assurance that, even in difficulties, one will stand by the other, supporting and loving with a sincere heart. Just as a cornerstone must be carefully chosen and laid, fidelity must be cultivated with patience and dedication. It is a garden that needs to be nurtured over time, with understanding and affection. Only then does love flourish and become an impregnable fortress, capable of withstanding the tests of time. So, my dear ones, always remember this. If you wish to build a marriage that endures through changes and lasts forever, make fidelity the cornerstone of that construction. Cherish it with all your heart, for it is what sustains true and eternal love. Infidelity as destruction. Infidelity acts like a shadow that tears through the fabric of marriage, causing deep and difficult to repair damage. Imagine, if you will, that marriage is like a beautiful and delicate fabric, woven with threads of trust, hope, and love. This fabric is the foundation of the bond between two souls, a connection that must be cared for and respected. Now, think of infidelity as a dark and treacherous shadow that infiltrates this fabric with a sharp blade. When this shadow appears, it tears through the fabric of marriage, creating deep and painful cuts. Each tear is like an open wound that cannot be easily healed. Even if you try to mend it, the scar of betrayal will always remain visible, a constant reminder of the suffering and pain caused. Infidelity acts as a destructive force that invades and weakens the relationship, much like weeds choking the flowers in a well-tended garden. What was once a space of love and beauty becomes a field of desolation and sorrow. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild, and the joy that once filled the heart can dissipate, giving way to mistrust and pain. Marriage is a garden that must be nurtured with love and loyalty. When infidelity takes hold, the fertile soil of trust is eroded, and the love that once flourished may wither, choked by betrayal. The effort to restore what has been destroyed can be exhausting and painful, and often the scars remain visible, even when forgiveness is granted. So, my dear ones, protect your relationship with the light of fidelity and truth. Tend to the fabric of your love with diligence and respect, so that it does not tear and your garden does not turn into a field of ruins. Remember that infidelity is a shadow that can destroy what has been built with such care. Cultivate trust and respect, and let love blossom in its fullest beauty and harmony. Ah, my dear ones, come closer and listen to the advice of an old sage. Continuous commitment is like the flame of a candle that must be carefully nourished to avoid extinguishing. It is the foundation of any lasting and healthy relationship, and as such, it must be protected with all care and dedication. Imagine that commitment is a precious treasure kept in a safe. Without the protection of fidelity, this treasure may deteriorate, and what was once solid and secure may weaken and be lost. It is like a chain that weakens when its links are corroded. Fidelity is what keeps the chain of commitment strong and unbreakable, ensuring that the relationship continues to thrive with vigor and confidence. Continuous commitment is not something achieved once and taken for granted. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, watering them and protecting them from winds and storms, so too does the relationship need constant attention. Fidelity must be cultivated every day, nurturing the trust and mutual respect that sustain the relationship. Without fidelity, the flame of love may be extinguished, and the relationship can start to falter. Mistrust and doubt can infiltrate, creating cracks that widen over time. And just as an unattended garden can turn into a field of weeds, a relationship without continuous commitment can deteriorate and lose its vitality. So, always remember, my dear ones, that continuous commitment is what maintains balance and harmony in a relationship. It is the constant practice of fidelity that protects the treasure of love and trust, allowing the flame of the relationship to remain lit and shining. Cultivate loyalty and truth with all your heart, for they are what sustain the connection between you and ensure that love blossoms in all its fullness and beauty. Impact on intimacy. When fidelity is lost, it is as if a vital bridge between two hearts begins to crumble. Intimacy, the delicate thread that weaves together the physical and emotional, suffers deeply. Without the solidity of fidelity, this bridge starts to wear away, making the crossing difficult and uncertain. Think of intimacy as a net that connects not only bodies but also souls. When trust is broken, this net becomes weakened, and the closeness that was once natural and comfortable becomes strained and distant. It is as if an invisible fog envelopes the hearts, obscuring the clarity and depth of mutual love and understanding. Touch, tenderness, and affectionate words become less frequent and more forced. To restore what has been lost, it is crucial to open your hearts and engage in open and sincere dialogue. Talking about needs and desires is like rebuilding the foundation of the bridge that has been damaged. Without this honest communication, intimacy cannot be restored, and the relationship continues to waver on weakened pillars. Both partners need to sit down and share their feelings and needs to reconnect. Through this dialogue, you can begin to repair the damage and strengthen the bonds that were broken. Remember, communication is the cement that repairs and reinforces the bridge of intimacy, allowing it to be restored and firmed once more. So, my dear ones, when fidelity is shaken and intimacy suffers, do not hesitate to seek open and sincere dialogue. It is through this mutual effort that you can restore the deep connection that binds heart and soul, allowing love to bloom again with renewed beauty and harmony. Lasting consequences. Infidelity, when it enters a relationship, is like a mistake that leaves deep scars, marks that can last forever. Think of it as a poorly done tattoo. No matter how much you try to cover it up or fix it, the mark remains visible, constantly reminding you of the mistake made. Or imagine the taste of a bitter dish that cannot be easily undone. Just as the unpleasant taste lingers even after trying to rinse your mouth, the pain and distrust left by infidelity continue to mark the heart and mind. These scars may not fade easily, and the remedy for the pain can be a long and difficult journey. Each time you look at this mark, whether it's a scar or the bitterness that remains, the memory of the betrayal returns. And just like a poorly done tattoo or a bitter dish doesn't disappear quickly, the wounds caused by infidelity can take a long time to heal, if they ever fully heal at all. So remember, my dear ones, that infidelity leaves marks that can last forever. It's like a permanent mistake that cannot be easily erased. Treat the bond you have with care and respect, for the scars of betrayal can be deep and enduring, affecting the relationship long after the event. Do you resonate with these strong truths? Share your thoughts in the comments. Visual comparisons. Infidelity is like stains appearing on a carefully read book or smudges on a perfect painting. Imagine that a blank page in a book represents pure and true love, and infidelity, like an unwanted stain, ruins the clarity and beauty of the words. Think of the artist's canvas, where each brushstroke is an expression of love and trust. When infidelity seeps in, it's as if smudges appear, disfiguring the artwork and making it difficult to appreciate the original beauty. Or consider a healthy and strong tree in the garden of a relationship. Infidelity acts like poison applied to the roots, deteriorating the tree's vitality and beauty. Just as poison harms the tree's health, betrayal weakens and corrupts the essence of the relationship, making it hard to recover. So remember, my dear ones, that infidelity is like stains on a book, smudges on a canvas, or poison in a tree. It deteriorates the beauty and health of the relationship, leaving marks that are hard to remove and scars that take time to heal. Treat love and trust as precious treasures, so you can preserve the beauty and vitality of your bond. Challenges and resilience. Marriage is like a boat navigating the vast and unpredictable seas of life. On its journey, the boat will face fierce storms and unexpected challenges that may rock and shake its structure. High waves and strong winds may try to steer the vessel off course, and the sea may seem tumultuous and threatening. However, just as a skilled sailor relies on their anchor to keep the boat steady and secure amidst the chaos, fidelity is the anchor that supports and stabilizes the relationship. Without this solid anchor, the boat could be swept away, lost in the turmoil of life's storms. Fidelity, therefore, is what prevents love from being lost, even when the winds are contrary and the waves are high. Imagine, dear ones, that fidelity is like the anchor that sinks deep into the ocean floor, holding the boat in place regardless of the strength of the storms. It keeps the relationship steady, even when conditions are adverse. The anchor of fidelity not only keeps the boat stable but also gives the sailors, or rather the partners, the confidence that, even in stormy times, there is a point of stability they can cling to. So always remember, while marriage may face storms and challenges that test its resilience, fidelity is what ensures that the boat of love continues to sail safely and determinately. Protect and respect this anchor, for it guarantees that the relationship maintains its firmness and stability, no matter how strong the storms or how uncertain the waters. Through fidelity, the boat of love can continue its journey, navigating with courage and hope towards calmer seas and brighter days. The importance of loyalty. Think of fidelity as an invisible thread that weaves through and sustains the marriage. This thread, delicate yet strong, is what keeps hearts united and the relationship firm. It's like a thread of silk that, although invisible, holds together the fabric of love and trust, keeping everything cohesive and stable. Now, consider infidelity as a force that can cut this invisible thread, tearing apart the delicate fabric of the relationship. It's as if a sharp blade were slicing through this silk thread, disrupting even the most solid and well-established connection. When this thread is severed, the harmony and unity that supported the marriage can begin to disintegrate, leaving the relationship vulnerable and unstable. Without loyalty to keep the thread intact, the marriage can start to unravel, like a tapestry falling apart when its threads are cut. The trust and love, once so solid and enduring, may begin to fade, and what was a strong connection can become fragile and uncertain. So remember, dear ones, that loyalty is the invisible thread that keeps the marriage together. Protect and cherish this thread with all your heart, so the fabric of love and trust remains strong and cohesive, even in the face of life's storms and challenges. Without this thread, even the most solid relationship can become disjointed and lose its vitality. Now, before we move on, this old grandma here noticed that you haven't given your like yet. My dear, that's more important than you might think. You see, YouTube loves these little gestures to keep sharing our wisdom, and that way, we can keep helping you with all our care. So go ahead and leave that like. It's free and makes all the difference, you know? Protection and care. Maintaining fidelity in a relationship is like tending to a precious garden or preserving a robust building. Just as a dedicated gardener tends to their plants, watering and protecting them from weeds, you must protect fidelity with equal attention and care. Think of the relationship as a beautiful garden, where each gesture of loyalty and trust is like a flower blooming, bringing harmony and beauty. If we neglect to care for this garden, the weeds of mistrust and indifference can grow and choke what is beautiful and valuable. Thus, protecting fidelity is essential to ensure that the garden of the relationship continues to flourish and shine with splendor. Similarly, a solid building requires constant maintenance to remain firm and secure. Without proper care, even the strongest foundation can begin to weaken. Protecting fidelity is like ensuring that the foundations of the relationship stay strong and unshakable, allowing the structure to continue rising with dignity and strength. So always remember, dear ones, just as we lovingly care for a garden or a building, we must protect fidelity in our relationships. It is this constant care that maintains harmony and beauty, ensuring that the relationship continues to thrive and shine, weathering storms and remaining steadfast in the face of challenges. A final reflection. Fidelity is like a precious plant that must be carefully cultivated and protected with all your love and dedication. Just as a gardener devotes time to watering, fertilizing, and tending to their flowers, you should nurture fidelity with attention and care, so it continues to bloom and bring beauty to your relationship. Think of fidelity as a rare treasure that deserves to be kept safe. Prevent the weeds of infidelity from growing and threatening the garden of your love. Infidelity is like a shadow that can obscure and damage the light and beauty of your marriage. Just as a gardener protects their plants from external harms, you must protect your relationship from dangers that can weaken and destabilize it. So, always remember, dedicate yourselves to cultivating fidelity with all your heart and avoid the pitfalls of infidelity. It is through this commitment and care that the value and beauty of your marriage will be preserved, allowing love to continue growing strong and vibrant, like a well-tended garden under the sun. Dear ones, heed the words of an elder who has walked many paths. Marriage is a treasure that must be preserved with all care and love. Fidelity is the golden thread that binds each shared moment, each promise made, and each dream nurtured. When this thread breaks, the scars are deep and difficult to heal. Infidelity may seem like an alluring path at first, but it is a road that leaves marks that even time cannot erase. Remember, dear ones, that the true value of marriage lies in every small choice of loyalty and commitment we make. Protect your relationship as a precious gem. Tend to it like a garden that needs constant care. Build your love with patience and dedication, and never let the shadow of infidelity obscure the beauty you have created together. May each of you navigate life's storms with the firm anchor of fidelity, always keeping the light of trust burning bright. This is the secret to lasting and truly happy love. May you find the wisdom and strength to protect and nurture the love you have, always. Thank you for listening. May these words serve as a light on your journeys. If you find these lessons valuable, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share so that the wisdom I have sought to gather throughout my life may spread. May your lives be full and your souls serene. Until next time, my dear ones.